What's up, man? What's going on? I want to just go ahead and walk through a little something I had that I wanted to talk to you guys about in terms of this process. Now, what's really interesting is that what I really wanted to make sure you guys understand before you hop on and you kind of see what we're about here is that we're here to meet you wherever you are. Okay, so if you're somebody who this is I'm just going to walk through our train of thought in terms of our team and how we actually operate. If you're somebody who's already starting, has the money to invest, and you're looking to get a point where you're doing about 5 to 10 jobs a month every per month, and you do over 100K per year, right? um, or even 100K per month, right? If there's a gap, and there's you here and there's a goal here and there's a gap in between it, and you're just starting out but you have the money to invest, this is so then we'll start thinking, our team will be like, okay, we need to meet you halfway. We're going to meet you where you're at, and where you're at is nowhere, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the lead flow. We already have the systems and procedures for it. Then once, because we can't do any of this stuff without some leads. I keep pressing random buttons, man. You can't do any of this stuff without leads, so that's where our focus will begin. Now we're already going ahead and work with you to build all these things out because we already have them built out for you. So that's something to keep in mind is even if you're just starting out with a book of business, but you have the money to invest, we can help you start building that first amount of lead flow, getting that organic content out there, optimizing your brand, getting yourself on a paid traffic channel like YouTube or TikTok or Facebook. We already have the media buyer, the talent available, the A+ team to make sure that you are closing what you need to be to get to a point where you are doing the 5, 10 jobs, deals, loans, whatever you want to call it per month, right? Now, obviously, in every single step, we're here to help you because, like, if you don't have a book of business and you sign up with a lead gen agency, okay, now you might have leads, but how do we make sure they turn into appointments? How do we make sure they're qualified? What do we do when they're not qualified? What kind of campaigns do they go through? You get what I'm trying to say? And then obviously the loan flow, making sure we're closing those 5 to 10 jobs every single month per month, and we're keeping the numbers consistent, right? This is not a quick, a get money quick easy scheme, whatever they call it. This is over the course of 4 to 6 months, even 12 months, right? So this is for the long term game. Now, if you're looking for the scalability, so you got the loan flow, the appointment flow is good, lead flow is good. How do we scale this up? How do we actually get more out of what we're doing? How do we optimize? How do we get more efficient, right? So, and this is for somebody who's just starting out. We have all the assets for you. We want to be your partner and biggest resource to help you get from where you're at to where you need to be. But if you're somebody who already has the book of business, you already have LOs under you, you're a broker, you're a branch manager, you're already managing and training other people, and your biggest deal is, man, we got the leads, we got business, but we just need more of it. Okay, so now we're talking more on the scalability side. We're talking about how can we get more appointment flow. And I say appointment flow because usually the more appointments you have, the more revenue you have. And that's with any business in any industry, is when you have your appointment flow is almost always directly correlated with how much revenue the companies bring in. So now it becomes, okay, you have leads and you have the loan flow. Now, let's talk about appointments, appointment flow and scalability. How can we scale this whole process up for you with our tactics and our systems and processes? And how can we do more of what works? And usually what that starts off with is actually looking at what you're currently doing, what those numbers kind of break down to, and where we should focus in building out that roadmap. Tony Robbins, a really good influential thought leader out there, he talks about when someone wants to grow their business, I think it was actually a webinar on Zoom pretty recently, a couple months ago. He talks about if you want to grow your business, you're going to need three things. You're going to need the vision and the belief. If you believe that you can't close 5, 10 jobs per month, I swear you will hop on every single sales call with that type of attitude, and it will cost you. Okay. Alex Mosley talks about the ignorance gap, the ignorance debt, meaning that if you're not making $100,000 per year, it's probably because you don't know how to make $100,000. Because if you knew how to do it, you would be doing it, right? So just back to the Tony Robbins thing. It starts off with a vision. You need to understand what you're headed, what your goal is, why is it so important to you, and why is it something to commit to and pay for, so then that you can get there. Why is it so important to you? Why is that so valuable to you? Is it for your family? Is it for your future, your retirement? You want to sell the company? What is it, right? Next thing is, once you have that, is the roadmap. So now that we have the vision, we can see the tunnel, we can see the end goal, we envision it, we imagine ourselves in it. What is the actual plan to get there? Because a dream without a plan is just wishful thinking. It's just a pipe dream. Wishful thinking, like I want to be a CEO. I want to be in the top position of my company. I want. When you have no plan, you're just wishfully thinking. You're just, I wish, I wish, I wish. And that's something in the book back there called The Magic of Thinking Big. It's with that white book right there. It's a really good one. I recommend you guys read it. So super, super, super good stuff. Now, once you have the roadmap and the plan, which is pretty much what we're here to do, is build out that plan for you to get to a point where you are closing 5, 10, loans per month, and being able to have the opportunity to scale this up, right? But now the next thing is tools, right? So now that you have the vision and the roadmap, now you have the what are we going to do and the how we're going to do it. Now you need the tools. So what are we going to use to get there, right? Is that a CRM? Is that an agency? Is that a mentor? How are we actually going to get there? And I'll just show you some real quick. Whether that be cold calling, realtor relationship, door knocking, client referrals, contact your old Facebook friends and stuff. Sorry, I'm just showing random stuff here, but that's important. And so when it comes to if you're going to work with any agency, whether that's us, someone else, or on your own, what you want to consider is exactly how do we handle and take care of every aspect of a business, getting customers booking appointments, closing these appointments to loans, and then obviously scaling this up to get more of what we're currently doing that works, right? So this is kind of just into the brain of Elite Loans and exactly how we do work and what to expect when we get you onboarded and we're talking about, okay, so what do your numbers break down to? This is why. And then when we ask you questions like, hey, so where are you currently at? Why is this important to you? Or, like what, how many loans are you closing? How many deals do you get? Like we're looking at the numbers. This is why. It's because we're trying to meet you where you're at. If we don't know where you're at, then we can't meet you, respectfully. So all in all, I mean, this is what really guarantees our success, not only our success, but success in others. And this is what we're really trying to use. This is what we use to help build and implement infrastructure into a business for only what they need, not what they want. Okay. Now I have this set up actually, no, it's over here. But most people think it's just like, you get the lead, appointment, close deal. That's it. I wish it was, but it's actually way more complicated than that. Especially when you think, like if you think Coca-Cola or eBay or OpenAI think like this, you're crazy. They think more on the scale of this. Why? Because every single detail needs to go down to the finest detail. I don't know if you guys know this, but McDonald's, they actually measure and did research on how much salt needs to be put on the fries so that people can get the taste, but not too much. Like getting the exact finite amount of salt on their fries, to make sure their customers are getting the best experience. They literally research how much salt to put on fries. The same way they instead of using any oil or frying oil for the fries, they put they try to make the oil they're frying it in taste like beef. Like beef. Tastes like beef. And they actually used to cook their fries in like um beef oil or something. I don't know what they called it, but this is this is me researching into different bigger companies because this is what I want Elite Loans to be. So that's just something to keep in mind. We need to get things down to the finer details and do research and find insights, tactics, and system and processes to find what actually works inside of a business and what will get you to the end goal and fill that gap for you. And I hope that you find that Elite Loans will fill that gap for you and you will enjoy and you'll expect that from us. Expect that from us. So other than that, we'll see you in the next one.